Hello friends, in this series of video lectures on retrograde urethrophy for adult males, I will now be talking to you about using this technique for diagnosis making of inflammatory urethral strictures. Now on the first lecture, I will give you an overview about what all you should see in the X-ray film, that is the retrograde urethrogram. When you see a normal retrograde urethrogram picture such as the one shown here, you should be able to differentiate dominantly two parts of urethra. The first part is pendulous urethra, the second part is the bulbar urethra. When you see this bulbar urethra, the most proximal part of bulbar urethra is called as sump, and when the bulb goes more proximal towards urogenital diaphragm, it becomes more conical, and this is known as cone of the bulb. So you should be able to identify these four landmarks in a retrograde urethrogram: pendulous urethra, bulbar urethra, sump of bulbar urethra and cone of bulbar urethra. Now in some retrograde urethrogram, you will see urethra up to the urogenital diaphragm, but in some, such as the one shown here, this picture, you will see contrast going through the membranous urethra into the prostatic urethra, where you will see the shadow of verumontanum, and then the contrast will go into the bladder. So you may see prostatic urethra and bladder, you may not see that. This will depend upon the degree of spasm of external urethral sphincter the patient creates at the time of the test. So when we have to see a retrograde urethrogram and the patient has an inflammatory urethral stricture, you have to make a diagnosis based on the film, and that is called urethrographic diagnosis. It has three components. Firstly, you have to study the morphology of stricture. Then you have to study what is the likely etiology of stricture based on that X-ray film, right? In the etiology, since we are talking of only inflammatory here, we will know that we are talking of inflammatory strictures, right? And third, you should be able to see what is the extent of stricture. When I say extent of stricture, I am not referring it to the length of stricture. I am referring it to the extent of stricture disease. That means whether it is an uncomplicated case of urethral stricture or the film is showing some complications of stricture, like a fistula, like an abscess, like that. So for you to read the RGU film in a patient of inflammatory urethral stricture, your diagnosis should touch these 3 points: morphology of stricture, etiology of stricture, and extent of stricture. Now, what I mean by morphology of stricture? By that I mean that you should be able to spot out the correct location of stricture in the urethra. I just showed you the pendulous and bulbar, and so you have to know where all the stricture is located. The first is site. Then you have to know how thin is the stricture, the caliber of stricture. Then you have to know what is the length of stricture. Then you have to know how many are they. Is it a single stricture or are there multiple strictures? You have to see, are there any changes in the outline of urethra shown by the urethrogram film? That's what is called mucosal changes. And then you have to see, are there any accessory glands seen in the film? So are they visualized or not? So these 6 points we will see one by one in the films. And what I will do for the sake of simplicity, that I'll talk about these first 4 points in one separate lecture, where I touch upon details of morphology of all these 4 points, and then I talk about mucosal changes in separate talk, and then I talk about visualization of accessory glands in separate talk. So we will discuss about morphology of structure in 3 separate talks. It's a pretty long topic. That's why this kind of arrangement. In the inflammatory strictures, so I said look into the morphology of stricture in the film. Then I said look into what is the possible etiology of stricture. And here since we're talking of only inflammatory, so I put here as inflammatory strictures. Now, inflammatory strictures can result as a result of the catheter the patient had before, that's called catheter induced stricture, or this can happen as a result of instrumentation that might have been done in the urethra before, like a cystoscopy, like transurethral resection, or like even metallic dilatation. The instrument can induce stricture in urethra either as a result of direct trauma, that means from the tip of the instrument to the urethral wall, right? Secondly, the instrument can cause pressure on the wall of the urethra, and thirdly, it can cause injury to urethral wall by electrical leakage. The third etiological factor for creation of inflammatory stricture is infection, and this infection can be either a lichen sclerosus, which is fairly common reason for inflammatory stricture, or this can even be a gonococcal infection, or in most patients this is an idiopathic infection which you do not know why this infection occurred, what organism caused the infection, and then the patient manifested later on as stricture urethra. The fourth category of inflammatory stricture is the radiation induced stricture, which is rare, but then radiation can also cause some degree of slow growing inflammation in the urethra, and gradually it manifests into really very recalcitrant, really very bad urethral strictures. So inflammatory strictures can be belonging to any of these 4 categories, and we should try to make our impression by observing retrograde urethrogram film that what can be the possible etiology of the stricture in this patient. The third thing that you have to see about the stricture is, as I said, what is the extent of stricture disease. And stricture can for very long duration be uncomplicated strictures, but in some unfortunate patients it becomes a complicated stricture, and you can have either an infective complication of the stricture, or you can have an iatrogenic complication in the stricture, or you can have the back pressure effects in the urethra proximal to stricture or bladder proximal to stricture, and you can see all these complications sometimes in the retrograde urethrogram film, right? So the point I'm trying to make is that when you see an X-ray picture of a stricture urethra of an inflammatory origin stricture, you have to see these 3 components: morphology of the stricture, etiology of the stricture, and extent of the stricture. And by extent I mean this uncomplicated disease or complicated disease, and you will have all these things coming out of the film, but you have to have an eye to see all these things in a systematic manner. So thank you very much for your patient listening of this lecture. If you have any questions or doubt in your mind, you can write to me on my email drdalela24@gmail.com, or for more videos on this topic you can go to my website, the Lela Academy of Urology, and see other lectures related to similar topic. Thank you very much.